Okay, we are going to talk some Swansea. Welcome along, Amy Clement. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one to get your head around because this is not a straightforward analysis, is it? When we come from this playoff final, where frankly, I was thinking about this, there is a scenario where Swansea are halfway up the Premier League now and everyone's lauding Steve Cooper if they win the playoff final. But they didn't win the playoff final, and the parachute payments stop. Out go Roberts, Guay on loan, Woodman, Mayhew, of course, and Steve Cooper. So where are you with this now? Because given all of those things that have kind of stopped and gone out of Swansea and the high standards, is it really fair to judge Russ Martin, who's been in there 11 games, against a fourth and a sixth place? Where are you with this?
Like you say, it's been a bit of an odd one, to be honest. It's been a strange transition because it is very, very different. But like you say, I don't think it's fair to compare at all. When I watch Swansea now, it's like a completely different team to last year. It's a different football club almost. The football's different, the personnel are different, the staff are different. It is a transition and it is going to take time. Like you say, last season, while we were awful in the final, it just didn't happen. But you could look at it as we were probably missing one player last season. I think if we had Pirro last season, or if we'd held on to Brewster or someone like that, I truly believe we would be in the Premier League right now, which is a bit of a hard one to swallow. But here we are pretty much at the bottom of the table, having to sort of start again. So yeah, I mean, it's football, isn't it?
What do you think about the football then? This ultra high possession, never cross it into the box, wing backs way down there and the ball sort of circulating behind them. When Steve Cooper wasn't afraid to kind of sit in and play a bit stiff and a bit pragmatic. I know you had Laudrup and you had Rodgers and all of those guys, but is this going to work in the Championship? And if it does, will anybody be able to stop it?
I think that's the thing. Once it does work, and potentially with another signing or two in January, I think that's definitely on the cards. I heard in a press conference the other day they're already looking into kind of the final pieces of that. But if that final product comes, it's going to be very hard to beat Swansea. It's just when that comes, whether it's too late. And if it comes, that's the thing. But yeah, it's of course it's nice to watch, and all Swansea fans will say we want to play the Swansea way, and that's the way we used to play in the Premier League with, like you say, Brendan Rodgers, Laudrup. Even under Graham Potter, we played good football. Steve Cooper was a weird one. We played ugly football. We won ugly. Everyone knew that we won ugly. How is Swansea winning? They play awful football, sort of thing. And it's that balance, isn't it, of playing good football that people want, that the fans can get behind, but also, winning games as well, because we haven't won many of those.
No. It's weird though, because obviously the Norwich example is the biggest one of a team trying to do something for a while, not doing it. Yeah. Maybe making one or two signings and it just clicking, and then just woof, away you go. So there's maybe the inspiration. Look, you've already mentioned Pirro, who I like very much, and obviously I have a vested interest in Flynn Downs. Who's sort of been standing out for Swansea, do you think, so far?
Like you say, Pirro, I think, like I say, if we had him last season, I think it may have been a different story in terms of the outcome. But, he's been great. He's everything we've needed, really, which is fab. And then you've got someone like I think we pronounce it Encham. We're not really sure. It's a bit of a Mark Gay situation.
I was going with Nitcham, but I'm always arguing with people about pronunciation. We know who you mean anyway. Continue.
Yeah, right, but he has been very influential in the team. I feel he's that sort of attacking creative midfielder that we've also been missing, and we are absolutely 100% a better team when he is on the pitch. There's just more. We've got more creativity. There's more chances. And I have to mention Ethan Laird as well. He has been an absolute steal on loan from Man United. He is really quite some player. We're very, very lucky to have him.
Have there been any standout performances yet? I'm only seeing 2 wins down here. I might have to reword it as favourite performance this season rather than best performance. What's the one that's kind of been closest to clicking? Because I've got a 1-0 over Huddersfield and that 1-0 away win over Bristol City as well. I suppose there was the comeback against Luton, wasn't there? What's been the one that's given you the most optimism things are going to click?
Sure. So I would say the second half of the Luton game was kind of like the click, I think, because the first half was absolutely shocking. We conceded 3, which we're getting really good at the moment for some reason. And then the second half, it was like a completely different team. The drive and like the determination, and to actually score 3 goals in a half for Swansea is like, wow, like that doesn't happen very often. And I really felt that was a turning point. That was they obviously believed in themselves to go out and get a point from. And to be honest, like we could have got 3 points at the end of it. Like we were close to scoring 4, which is crazy. And, you know, to have that sort of team where they're 3-0 down, they're happy to actually just get stuck in and go for it. You know, that is definitely a standout for me. Yeah, it was just a point, but it was away from home and against obviously a good Luton side because they're doing fairly well this season.
Which players, without digging anyone out, do you think you can get a bit more from? Am I kind of reading this right? That Grimes, I don't know whether it's the style of football, is a little bit. Is he less influential or a bit quieter? Not necessarily him, but who do you think you get more out of?
I think Grimes definitely. I think that the midfield definitely needs work. We obviously have a few different combinations that they've tried, and when we play someone like Downs with Grimes, like they're pretty much the same player, and there is an element of like, is it a bit flat? And are 2 people just doing the same job? And similarly, you know, it's kind of like you can't drop either of them either, which is a difficult situation. I would say someone like Jake Bidwell, like I know that he can do more. I'm not sure. The kind of left backs, we've obviously playing with the back 3 and wing backs. The person who's playing in the left of defence has been a bit all over the place. We haven't really secured the back 3 yet. We've had Manning in there, who's not actually really a centre back technically, but he's been playing there. We've had Reece Williams play there, I think. And Bidwell, the right is working really well with Norton and Laird. The left, not so much. And, you know, the service into the box from Jake Bidwell hasn't been great. So I'd like to see a bit more from him because I know he's capable. I've seen it happen. So, yeah, a bit more confidence from him.
Him and Roberts were very good in terms of, you know, the championship last season. You're looking at the wing backs and maybe only the Barnsley guys I would have had possibly ahead of them. If you and I were to sit here at Christmas, Swansea currently 19th. The expectation would be that you're going to be higher at Christmas. Is that how you see it playing out?
Yeah, I do believe in the system and I am trusting the process like I am. I think it's obviously very frustrating sometimes when you're not getting the results, you know, lots of 0-0 draws, and it's hard to keep positive sometimes because you think, when's this going to happen? But I think that Russell Martin's the right guy for the job. I think we pretty much have the right personnel when fully fit. We've had a couple of injury and COVID problems. But I do think the results will come and the goals will click. And I would like to think we'd be sort of a comfortable mid-table by Christmas. That would be a nice place to be in. Being down, you know, we're not really used to being down there, so it's quite a weird place to be. It's quite scary, you know, but I think we have the quality and the sort of system to push up, definitely.
And it was a slow burn at Milton Keynes for Russ Martin as well. It was, everyone sort of noticed what he was trying to do first, and then the results are coming afterwards. So I've asked everybody a letter grade, basically. And some people have asked whether they can have an F or not, but we'll only go down to E. You clearly are not going to need an E, I don't think. And this is obviously with nuance and with all of those moving parts we mentioned at the top of the conversation. What's your grade so far for Swans and Russ Martin?
I think with all the circumstances and the whole situation that we're in, I'd give them a C+ with room for improvement. You know, I think they'll be able to progress and do better. But I think for now, a C+ is all right, isn't it? It's passable. It's not bad.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Amy. Now, we'll let you do some plugs, but first of all, Amy's dived in on a couple of my Football 365 pieces, so you can find her there for a start. But tell us about the hashtag. I mean, first of all, you're a very entertaining follow on Twitter anyway, but tell us about the hashtag Her Game 2 stuff you've been involved in.
Yeah, so we launched Her Game 2 back in May. It was 12 female football fans basically came together because we had received online sexist abuse because we were talking about football, sharing our football experiences. You know how it goes.
How very dare you?
The internet, right? It is what it is. Set up a campaign, did a video, and since then, I mean, we've partnered with, I think we're on to a professional club number 18 or something, and loads of grassroots clubs. We're doing lots of work within the clubs to kind of know how women can feel supported, how we can get more girls into the ground, how people can report discrimination at the ground. We've got perimeter boards. We're on LED boards at places like Peterborough and Newport County, and it's just been fantastic. It's been amazing because football's like sort of my hobby. Watching sport, watching football, and to actually sort of use it and make it into something that I'm really passionate about. It's been amazing. And the support's been awesome. And we just released a shirt, which is probably the coolest thing I've ever done. So there we are.
Where can people get the shirt?
So we did the shirt with Hope and Glory. The shirt will be on our website, which is hergame2.co.uk, and all of the profits, which is about £20 per shirt at the moment, will be going to female grassroots football, like clubs that we're partnered with and stuff. So it's all going to a good cause, and everyone's loving the shirt at the moment, which is fab.
Brilliant stuff. And where can we find you on Twitter?
Just Amy Clement 94, giving away my age as usual. I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. But yeah, come chat to me. You probably won't like some of my opinions, like most people on there. But hey,
I just kind of sit and watch from afar, and I'm like, oh, how's this one?
I won't be mentioning Ethan Ampadu ever again. That's for sure.
Okay. There you go. Search up Amy and a tweet about Ethan Ampadu. There you go. Oh, yeah. Amy, thank you very much, and good luck to the Swans going forward.
Thank you. I look forward to watching your content over the season.
Legend.